Welcome back to another show and tell video. Today we're looking at just two examples of the many varieties of Enfield No. 4 Mark II Spike Bayonets. So, at a high level, these are bayonets for the Enfield bolt-action rifle. And these actually are spike format as opposed to blade format. So if we go ahead and take a look at just the top one here, we can see that this is the scabbard. It is kind of conical shaped, very long cone, but tapered nonetheless. We do have a round ball, I believe it's called the finial, if that's what this is called, and it also has a drain hole. And this is our kind of our loop point for, say, a frog to help secure this to garment, belt, or whatever webbing you're using. And if we go ahead and pull it out, this is the spike format. There have been different patterns of the spike format, whether or not this is truly shaped to be, in this case, a four-sided, I don't know if it's necessarily called a cruciform pattern, but definitely four-sided. So it goes from cylindrical, tapering down, to a four-sided tip, basically. This is where the muzzle of the rifle would go through, and this would lock onto the barrel. This is the release button. You can see that this has this kind of almost a not necessarily ice pick, but definitely, you can see why it's called a spike bayonet. If we get a little bit more further detail, you can see here number 4 Mark II, and what is actually a B with an L stamped at the edge of that. I don't know if you can see that better from this angle. You see how the L is taller than the B. And I believe that signifies Long Branch manufacturer. Trying to see what other markings there are here. There does appear to be a marking on this side. I'll take a quick look with a magnifier. Let's see here if that can help show that a little bit better there. Now I'm going to take a look. And it appears to be a 5. So some sort of inspection mark possibly. You can see here the offset camming grooves, I guess, for mounting this. And let's see, looking at the scabbard itself, this particular example has, I believe, an aluminum top there. Marking wise, there is I believe, a W and I, the W being in a circle. Set this one down. Let's take a look at this one. This one is in a little bit rougher condition, including the scabbard. Again, it has the round tip, but if you notice, it is a little bit flatter than the first one we looked at here. The finish definitely has a little bit more wear, a few dents, but basically the same kind of design with the two screws to give the tension underneath. This one has a steel top here, and it says number 4 Mark II. Other than that, no additional markings. So we'll set that one in for that one. This one also has the 4-sided tip and a little bit more wear on the finish. This one we can see has the number 4 Mark II, not as sharply stamped in. And I'm not sure if you can see, but here and here are 2 markings. This is a Canadian broadhead arrow, and it took me forever to stare at this marking before I determined that it is a sideways long branch stamped marking as well. So these were both obtained from the same collector originally, and they didn't give me a lot of information because they were in the process of estate selling, so we didn't want to press them for too many details because they were, occupied with other tasks. So it was kind of a stressful time. But similarly, you got a release button here. There are markings, but I cannot read them. They are very, very faint. And yeah, I can't really tell what that marking is right there at the tip of my fingernail, but there is something there. There are some very rough finish marks, which also make it more difficult to try to determine what is there. There's your release button, and here's the original price tag that I got. I got this one. So if we look at, let's see, one other thing here. This actually goes in this way. This is an example of a bayonet frog. So what would happen is this, for example, would go into here, and then this would help secure this from sliding around, and then you could take this whole unit and then mount this onto your web belt or somewhere on your kit if you need to. But this has a 1951 marking on it, and this pattern, I believe, both goes with the Enfield number 4 Mark I bayonet pattern. So I'm not sure if this, when I acquired this with these two, was really applicable or just kind of a general lot that I acquired. So if we want to go ahead and see how these actually go on, I do have an example barrel here off to the side. So typical Enfield barrel. Missing the furniture, there's nothing else attached to this, so nobody freak out. But you can see with that offset cam grooves through there and the whole little kind of internals that you can sort of see in the shadowy area, those would cam onto these lugs that you see here and then lock into place. So let's see if I can do this while holding this on the camera. So you come in at an angle, and there's also a spring resistance as well. You can see how that's trying to push off. So I push down and turn, you should hear a lock sound as it clicks into place. So now if I pull on this, it doesn't want to come off, and it does have a little bit of a shimmy this way, but nothing that won't affect usefulness of the device. So if I want to remove this, I would depress the button, twist, and off it comes. Similarly with this one, I put it on an angle, twist, and it should lock into place. Click, and take off. Actually, just give it a shake for fit. Yeah, still a little bit of a loose tolerance. and off it comes. So let me set this aside real quick. So try not to mix these up here. Looking at a couple examples of the Enfield No. Mark II long branch manufacturer spike bayonet, and an example bayonet scabbard frog. Again, there were many manufacturers of this pattern of spike bayonet, and different countries in the Commonwealth did use them, and I believe other customers of Enfield, I think, ordered a certain number as well. So feel free to research more information on the spike bayonet and the No. 4 Mark II pattern and the rifle itself. So this has been another show and tell video. Feel free to check out other show and tell videos on vintage milsurp tools and other expanded topics. We also do unboxing videos, as well as a series of book review media reviews, and a series called Curios for the Curious, videos of more artsy type objects. Feel free to check all those out. Feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.